cool up here.
Yeah,
now.
it is cool up here.
It's actually quite
bad.
comfortable.
It's perfect.
Not
Yeah.
like cool, like
time.
vibe cool.
Well, that too,
that's like number one cool. But it's nice, like temperature wise.
Perfect, actually.
Right, Brad?
It is beautiful compared to the last time I was up here shivering. Just
Yes.
saying.
Yeah. Yes.
And last time we were sweating our fucking nuts
I heard
out.
I
you
know,
guys
last
were,
week was
were,
bad,
We're
dude.
quite hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
real
No, it's
fucking hot.
I was
actually
sweating it.
really comfortable up here. So
It is. It's perfect. Yeah.
But here we are on a Saturday night. What
Saturday
the fuck,
Night
but
Cast,
why?
episode 14.
14.
Here he is.
Bang, bang.
Bang boom.
Yeah. We're trying to fit one
I know. Yeah, because we don't have that much time.
You
We
don't
got
have-
vacations coming up.
in. Yeah.
We got time off. We got
content coming.
content coming.
got
We have the Ray episode.
Yeah, the Ray. I never put that out yet.
Ray.
Actually,
Brad
I don't know.
episode.
I don't know if this is going to come out before or after, but I want to give a small retraction since you brought up the Ray episode.
Should have said that. It's a case of the should have said that.
No.
Should've said that.
I
We
said
told
something
him.
wrong. It's not that I should have said it.
You're admitting
I
to
did.
being wrong.
I was
Look
wrong.
at
We were
Brad,
talking about
being
the
the man.
Mandelbrot set, and I think it was on that episode, or it might have been afterwards. But we were
Okay.
talking about the Mandelbrot set, and I linked it to what I misremembered as chaos theory. It's imaginary numbers.
Imaginary
But-
numbers. Okay, so
It's small
instead of
retraction.
saying that, now you're right again.
Yes.
So you were wrong since the last podcast.
Yes, I was.
Now you're right again.
Like a
But
month-
you
a
didn't
month
air
of
it
being
yet,
wrong.
so I haven't been wrong yet.
Oh, right, yeah, that's true. Look at him fixing himself before it even comes out.
Right. See, I was right before I was even wrong.
Preempting the wrongness.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong?
So we got shit coming down the pike. You know?
Yeah, there's some. We got. What is it? Money in the pipeline.
Money in the pipeline.
Content in the
Yeah,
pipeline.
content in the pipeline.
Yeah. How you feeling today?
I'm fucking beat.
I bet
It
you
was a
are.
bad day that day.
Was it?
podcast. I'll rebound. I got my truth juice.
Yeah, you got your truth juice. You said that funny, like Tiger. That was your
whistle
time.
pig moment.
Yeah, whistle pigs. You
But,
haven't been doing anything with that. Brad was saying you should do
Oh
something
yeah,
with
I
that
know.
whistle
I
pig.
just, I know. Fucking, I know.
So I was thinking the one out of Winnie the Pooh.
Okay.
Put the little the groundhog that always
Yeah, how he talks.
You need to put him up every time he does that.
Yeah.
Hey, what's wrong, Sonny?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you look hit.
Yeah, I am fucking hit.
That sucks.
Yeah, I'm beat. Alright.
I was
Mike
digging
hit.
a ditch. You're Mike
Like
hit.
hit, yeah. You're digging a ditch.
I was digging a ditch. And you were sewing clothes.
Sewing clothes and designing a board game.
Yeah, I don't understand what you said that. I didn't want to bring it up till we were recording.
Oh, it's the medieval event that I do. We went over a little bit.
Penzic.
Yeah, Penzic.
War.
PenzicWar.org. Yeah, PenzicWar.org. It's part of the SCA. So my group, I run like a 20-person group, and I've been there 20. This is my 21st year, and we're
Drinking at the same, yeah.
what?
We do that too.
We like picked up our cups at the exact same motion and movement.
We should thump at the same
Yeah,
time.
right. Hold on.
Hold on, let me drink. So we're trying to do something service, trying to pass it on a little bit because that's what you do in life, and so we. In the area we're in, the pirate groups are a big thing down there, and we're down along a creek. And
Yeah, they have
there's a
like
lot
fake like
That'd be
pirate
fun.
ships and
That'd be
dude, it's
fucking
really
awesome.
cool.
Yeah,
like
it's
they
Do
go.
you shoot? Or not shoot?
I don't shoot nothing.
I'm not talking tonight.
Jason Fryer.
Where do you
Do it.
do it?
Yeah, so
think of it.
Reenactment. Yeah.
Penzic War is at a campground.
It's that big ass thing off of
up
Slippery Rock.
79.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
Yeah, like if you're driving up 79, you see all those fucking tents there
422,
for like.
79
a
intersection.
month.
Whatever. Just
Yeah.
I could
But
lie.
it's-
Like, oh yeah.
It's
Touch
it's
the
a
sign.
big campground. It's
Steady it.
2.5 miles by 5 miles long. There's thousands of people at this thing, and it's really cool. But moral of the
Yeah,
story
and everyone
is,
dresses up in like medieval shit.
Yeah.
Everyone's all dressed
Anybody
up,
can
and
go.
everyone gets into character.
it's not like a Ren Fair where you
Like,
pay
we
to get
couldn't
in.
go?
They let me
You can.
in.
Oh, you
you
went?
can.
Yeah,
but
I went
it's
for like a night.
It's expensive. Is
Yeah.
the problem?
Yeah,
to,
it's
to
like
get in and
$200
stuff.
for
Really?
but it's 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks. It's your camping fees and stuff.
Yeah.
And they can't like man the door and
took
know
Eli.
whether you paid or not and check in. So you pay for a token to get you in and out for the whole 2 weeks. So if you go for the 2 weeks.
Yeah,
you
you
don't go.
can leave and come back. I went up.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
cool. But so we're taking that and we rounded up all these pirate groups and basically what we designed this giant board game that basically all the crew on all these pirate ships are all going to bring $5 per crew member to get in to ante up for the game, and then they have to get a bottle of rum around the map to the end point. And the whole time you're drawing like Monopoly chance cards every time you end your turn.
And they're doing it in the woods in a bar that he sets up.
Yeah,
and
everyone's in character, dude.
Yeah.
Like everyone's acting like pirates and
yeah,
shit.
it's cool.
Awesome.
But every
Everyone
time
gets
you
all fired,
end,
like everyone gets
Yeah.
into it.
you,
Yeah.
you draw a card and you got to drink some rum. So you start out with a bottle of rum and you have to end with a bottle of rum. But the whole time in between, you're drinking the rum, which is slightly problematic.
There's a comedy movie where they do this shit with remember Superbad? They do like it's in a McMuffin.
McMuffin?
Well, that's not his name.
No, McMelvin. McLovin.
McLovin.
Yeah.
But he's in it, and they all do the reenactment.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Like they
I'll
get
bring
into it.
I'll bring it up.
Okay.
But yeah, so they do.
Yeah.
If we do all that, the
I
moral
saw
of the
this
story
shit
is
live.
whoever wins the game, they'll choose the charity that all those proceeds go to.
All the proceeds go to a
and we're
charity.
gonna take our tip jars from the night and throw all that into, and
Yeah.
it'll be a thing. you
And
know
his
what I mean?
camp is like down, like, because there's like, I mean, people get into it, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, there's a king of the entire place, and there's people, there's a war, right? It's a war of all the other medieval events, and they all come together, and he's told me it's like the Super Bowl
Yeah.
of medieval events.
Right.
Yeah, so
of
there's
reenactment.
it's a worldwide organization, the SCA, again, SCA.org. But
Look at you dropping shit.
so,
Are you promoting something?
Oh,
man,
Dude,
they're all
we
non-
need
they're
money
all
for that
non-
shameless
they're all
plug. That's what it's
non-profits,
called.
dude,
yeah.
and they're all good things.
Yeah,
so,
see, you got all the lingo. I don't
Yeah.
know that lingo.
Yeah, all non-profits, all good things. So they SCA.org, they
Do it again.
I
Oh, shit.
I can quit. You want me to quit?
No,
we just keep drinking at
Yeah,
the
just-
same time, and it's like the same. And then I saw you like pause a little bit, so I paused. That was ridiculous. I can like peripheralize it. You're all peripheral.
See, they it's a worldwide organization. It's all over the place, and they split up by population basically. It's all separated into kingdoms, and how they decide the politics.
There's a bunch
because
like
it's
all around
all
the
over the
country,
world,
all over the world.
all over the world, brother. I have friends up there from Germany, from Switzerland, from Australia, and what it is all these different kingdoms. They're all it's all nonprofit, and we're all preserving old history and stuff like that.
history and shit. And
It's
it's
the
really
trades.
cool,
It's all
dude.
about the trades. And so you're learning how to like blow glass and
Yeah,
blacksmith
and they
all
got
that
teachers
stuff.
there,
Right?
And,
you
and
can
the
take
classes and all
like
that
if you're
shit.
up there, you can take classes for free the whole time.
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So, but how they do the politics is by right of arms. So you have to learn heavy weapons combat, and then each kingdom at the end of the year they have what they call crown tournament, where you fight basically, if you ever seen what's the Heath Ledger movie,
The jousting shit?
Yeah, the jousting one, A Knight's Tale.
Yeah.
In the very beginning of the movie, he does 4 competitions. Jousting's just one of them.
Okay.
And then he ends up dropping the other 3 because jousting's where it's at.
Right.
For the movie.
So it's kind
but
of like
the
it's
first.
it's like medieval gymnastics.
In the beginning, he does one. It's called the
Where it's like a
sword
meet.
competition.
Okay.
That's the one we do. We drop the jousting and we do
Right.
the sword competition.
Right.
So you do the sword competition. It's single elimination. If you win, you become the king the next year. You're crown prince. That's why they call it crown tournament.
Yeah.
You become crown prince, and January 1st, you become the king of that kingdom for the following year.
Right.
And then all those kingdoms, they fight single elimination tournaments. Thousands of people on each side of the battlefield, like
They
3,000,
come from out of
4,000.
town, or is it like
All
a
over the
kid?
world.
All over the world.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, so these kingdoms, though, so the fighters for the kingdoms, like when we go up here,
There's, like,
it's
smaller,
it's
like,
the 2
sects.
largest
Yeah.
kingdoms
And
in
then
the
they all
world.
come together like
fucking
against
awesome.
each other. Dude.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
this
it's
one
like
that
a
we're
couple
at's the 2
thousand.
largest
I
kingdoms
took Eli
in
to
the
watch
world
the
fighting
actual
in battle.
war.
and whichever one wins the elimination tournament, single elimination tournament, that kingdom's king becomes the head of the whole organization for the year. Right? And it's just politics. That's how they do it, is by right of arms. So this event, it's the 2 largest kingdoms. It's the largest event in the world every year. It's like our Super Bowl. Yeah. It's Penzic Warm. There's
cool, man. Like they just
4,000 to 5,000
you just
people
see all
on either
these
side
people.
of the
Yeah, you
There's
just see all these
videos
people
everywhere.
You
about
see these
it.
people
Like,
just running at each other. I took Eli up there to watch it.
Yeah,
and
YouTube
there's
is
just a whole bunch of
filled
fucking
with
people
stuff, and it's cool.
And they're all geared up in like these crazy suits of arm, and then they got these big ass swords that are all padded, and then they have these ballistas, and they're like these big pieces of PVC with like
I think really shoot,
dude.
Yeah,
they're like launching these fucking things like 30 yards, and then they're smacking people. I watched the guy get hit in the head. Like one of the refs got hit in the head while I was there.
Yeah,
It knocked him right on his ass.
Real armor, real plate armor. They use like 16 gauge plate steel.
And they make it there. Like you can learn how to make all that shit.
Learn how to blacksmith.
They have classes and shit.
But then
Are
your
you bored,
weapon
Jason
is.
I don't mean to be distracted.
You're all over the fucking
all
place.
People are like trying to come into the group to see this live feed, and like people are texting me.
Oh.
I'm just trying to get it going.
Well, let's get this going.
I know. My bad. I don't mean to be all distracted.
It's all good, brother.
He's throwing me off, Brad. He's fucking. He's bouncing around like a hamster.
I feel my phone going off in my pocket, but I remember somebody at one of these episodes saying about it's a podcast and you don't know to turn your phone off yet, Luke. I remember that statement coming out of somebody.
Said that.
It was probably
every
him.
episode it happens.
It turns on. Hey, motherfucker, we just watched Casey's and your phone rang.
Did it?
It was Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, don't be giving me fucking shit.
One.
Fucking assholes.
We all have our moments. You know?
We do. There's always
Hypocritical
moments. Yeah, the hypocritical cam. I tried to get a hypocrite cam on you.
But I denied it.
He denied it.
Because what
I tried pushing it through.
You were talking about like man-made drugs are bad. But then, like earlier or later, you said like
LSD is my favorite.
But I was like, that doesn't mean he's saying it's a good thing.
I did
right,
not.
I know. Yeah,
and I did not say it shouldn't be banned. I did not say.
Yeah. It'll happen. You're gonna be here enough that you're gonna get a hypocritical cam.
Hypocrisy is probably my biggest pet peeve. So I would call BS.
Well, look at the land we live in.
Yeah, I know, right?
The fucking land of hypocrisy.
Which is why I am always in an argument on Facebook.
You know what word I hate though?
What?
Flip-flopper. All right, like people will be like, "You're a flip." Like I was arguing about Michael Jordan and LeBron James. They're gonna be like laughing right now, right?
Yeah.
And I used to say LeBron James wasn't as good as Michael Jordan.
Right.
And lately I've been thinking he is, and then they call me a flip-flopper. But no, maybe
you're allowed to change your view
because he's getting better, and maybe at this point I think he's better now. I think it's worse if you stay with one side and never break. No, Jordan. Jordan.
Right. You're not allowed to change.
Yeah, you're not being. And then in politics,
Times
if you change,
things change.
Everything
changes. But in
man.
politics, if you change, they call you a flip-flopper. Maybe you used to be against gay marriage and you came around to it. What's so wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with it. Why
But
can't Hillary fucking admit to that?
We'll pull up a clip of Donald Trump saying, well, in 93, he was for the act of whatever the fuck. And then now he's not for it.
And now he's not for it. But he's allowed to fucking change.
But Americans are stubborn as fuck.
If we didn't change, why do we have discussions and arguments? Isn't that what you're trying to do, is change somebody's opinion?
Exactly. We never do.
Yeah, no, you can't, dude.
Stubborn. I'm stubborn.
But people are stubborn, way too stubborn to change their views. Like, you have to open your mind to shit. And, like, that's why I like talking to you guys, because I feel like you're at least open to the wacky shit that I have in my head.
Dude, I may at the time be stubborn, but I think about it and I'll change. I
will too.
And I've had a lot of things, even on just like as
even
simple,
with working with me, Brad.
Yeah, well, you know,
there's been a lot of shit that I've changed his mind about.
Yeah, he has changed my point of view on a lot of things.
Yes, yeah, like for real.
Craziness, like insanity.
Straight jacket.
I got news. Can I break news?
What?
I'm gonna do like breaking news.
This is CNN Breaking News.
That's that whole admitting thing.
They approved that drug rehab in my neighborhood.
Did they?
Yeah, they approved.
How do you feel?
They lied.
You should move into my neighborhood. They lied.
They lied. They did approve it. They were acting like it was like a rumor.
Oh.
Did you listen? Oh, no, that was the newer podcast. All right.
Oh.
At my house, I'm not going to go over because people...
That's what we talked about last week.
4 houses down, there's like an old elementary school. Like literally like from here to like those cars right there, an elementary school. And somebody bought it. And there was rumors it was going to be like a drug rehab. And it just went through. So like literally, like I'm gonna be like neighbors with the drug rehab. The bus
and it's
stop,
gonna be like a live-in facility.
The bus stop is like right next to the kids' bus stop.
I've watched
property value.
Flip Flopper. I've watched how many of these, and you saying that's how helpful those are, and how it
but
can
not
help
in my
people.
neighborhood.
But no,
but you don't want it next door.
Not
Right,
next
yeah, you don't want it. Well, that's what I was arguing with.
I'll be honest about that.
Right. But I was also telling you last week, like, you got to find out what kind of fucking place is moving in.
I don't care what it is.
You don't care at all, huh? You don't want those.
Because I want to sell my house, and I'm never gonna be able to sell my house now.
It will lower your property value. That is true.
Sell it now. Sell now. Move into my neighborhood.
I'm gonna feel bad.
What you're losing in property value is your donation to helping people. That's how that is.
Yeah. Can you write that shit off?
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah, dude. Where's the IRS buffs out there?
Donating my fucking.
Be like, look, dude.
My equity of
my home is gonna go to this facility. They should recoup you.
Yeah, I should be recruited,
dude.
I bet you could probably make a case for that. I bet you there's a lawyer that
the whole fucking neighborhood could do it.
Yeah,
I bet you a lawyer would take that as a class action.
You know what sucks? Like all the old people are moving out, and there's like a young couple, another young couple, kids, and it's starting to be like, and then boom, now they're putting that in.
Putting a rehab.
Damn, it was starting to like kind of.
I mean, again, I'm
to
for
flip
it.
over. That's how my neighborhood is,
right.
dude.
It was starting.
They
to
just
do
flipped
that.
2 houses down the street from me. I don't know what they're asking, but if you want to move, dude, I'm telling you.
We do.
It's
too expensive your way.
Is it?
Yeah.
Go to Mexico. It's nice and cheap.
Costa
Rica, $5,000. Get a nice little farm.
Yeah, no. We wanted to live in McCandless, like right in the middle of everybody.
Look around here.
Yeah, around here.
Yeah,
it'd be fine.
You could do that, but it's the pigs.
No, it's just.
You allowed that pigs in McCandless?
I don't know.
Yeah, Kirby. Yeah, answer Kirby.
I don't know.
She probably knows every neighborhood you're allowed to have pigs in.
Yeah, she does.
Well,
I can't even think about moving right now. You know, moving a house. We just moved
that's
in.
Such a pain in the ass.
You don't move the house, Jason. You leave the house. You move the pigs.
Right, move the pigs.
Right. He's literal Nancy now.
Yeah.
No, I'm literal minded as fuck. This guy, he's making jokes about it.
You know why I hate doing the Facebook Live? Because I have notes that I kind of like look at. I had things.
Oh, they're on your phone.
Yeah.
I got some.
Well, while you look at them, it's funny. I was like, cut it off.
Cut me out.
Fuck your notes.
How do we change the world, Jason Fryer?
We'll get there.
Okay.
You know, it's funny what I noticed on Facebook. Somebody that argues who argues as much as me on Facebook.
This guy.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah.
I thought I was the only one.
No, dude, we're working and he's constantly, because he uses the voice thing.
Yeah, me too.
Like, he'll be in the middle of doing something and then he's fucking talking into his phone. He's like, period. Period. And he's like, oh, fuck. And he's got to back it up. And he'll be like,
say something, I know.
Yeah, and like the word won't work. I forget what the one was the other day. I don't know, but you kept saying it over.
It was
archetypal or something.
It was Penzig
like
thing. The kingdom that we live in is Athelmeric.
Athelmeric. Yeah, you're like Athelmeric. And you're like, no. Athelmeric. And then you said something that didn't even sound like it, and it worked.
And it worked, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
He was like, Athelmeric. And it fucking went in.
And I do the same shit. I just fight and waste all my fucking time.
Yeah.
I don't
Time
know
and
why.
energy.
Some days, like, I care.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
See, I don't. Like, I'll look at it every once in a while. No, me and you did that one.
Yeah, we
with the junkies stealing shit off of people's porches.
Right.
And they stopped. We shut them up. I'm like, you need to be kind to these people. They're people's children. Like, that's someone's daughter you're calling a piece of shit.
Just not in their neighborhood.
Yeah, right. Just not in your fucking neighborhood.
Right.
Dude, I'm telling you,
Where's
just put out the shit that you
now?
don't want anymore. You know, like if you're trying to get rid of a table and you don't want to pay the garbage company to take it,
tell me you're aiming it at me. Jesus.
I already have people that do that. I'm pretty bummed about that.
Like I said, man, you gotta check out. Yeah,
so I could go on forever of why.
I'm
allowed to bitch about it.
You are. I'm not saying. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to look at the lighter side of it.
Yeah.
Like, maybe if it is a better facility where they may use certain herbal remedies to help these
maybe
junkies.
they will find the cure to addiction,
the cure.
and your property values will go through the roof.
They're good.
Probably not going to happen.
It could be like the Amazon of rehab, dude.
Yeah, the Amazon.
Yeah, and everyone will want to remove into your neighborhood to work for them.
Yeah, but actually, like
maybe it'll be
you
like
know
the ketchup clinic.
It got approved.
There's already a Mayo clinic.
It got approved to be the rehab, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be a rehab, right? It's just like the building technically.
If they filed and paid for the licensing for a rehab, which isn't as cheap,
can't you find
it's
out?
Got like approved, they said.
Can't you find out which company bought it?
Again,
so then you know the type of facility.
You're looking at the wrong logic here. If you are going to build a house,
maybe it's like sex addicts.
You're gonna pay.
I'd be cool with that.
That'd be cool.
I would let
or
that
stripper
go.
addicts.
I would let that go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or a strip club.
I'd let that go.
I would let that go.
You would.
I would just let
like
it
a
go.
strip club porn site.
I bitched to Kirby, but
they could like set up little cubes where all the girls could go in there and do their little webcam things. That'd be fucking sick, dude.
Mock bedrooms,
yeah, the mock bedrooms.
Yeah,
like, each
there's
classroom's
room over
a different
there.
one. We could do it here.
There's room in that corner right
we
there.
could rent this space.
It's already a casting couch.
There is.
Yeah.
We got the equipment.
It is a casting. This could be.
We got the equipment.
Yeah, we got the equipment. We got that porn going
Yeah, we got
on.
porn going on while we're here.
The doggy style up there.
Yeah. Fucking reverse cowgirl down there. We could close the thing for that.
That has to be the missionary though. The main camera.
Oh yeah,
just
missionary. Yeah.
And that would be like some anal scene.
Some anal scene.
You
yeah,
do
the
have
finger
to have
plug.
missionary
Finger
position.
plug.
It is a church of what?
Yeah.
Wait, what? I missed it.
I didn't hear
I
it.
said you do have to have missionary position.
We do.
It is the
It is a
church of
church. Yes. Yes, that's true. The missionary. We'll be like
it is
porn.
important.
You posted that picture.
would
That
be
was funny
crazy.
looking up though.
I
Seeing
did.
the flag.
What?
Seeing the
Oh,
flag.
coming up. Yeah, dude. I saw it glowing. It was like, oh.
Yeah.
It was like when you see the Mormon temples. Like
Yeah,
you drive by those Mormon
I know, it
temples.
looked like a
We
fucking-
saw there was one in San Diego on the 5, and we'd always drive by it. And every time we went by it, we were like, oh, because that's what it looks like.
Did you ever watch Big Love?
No.
Ah, nobody's ever fucking seen it.
No, you
don't
love
watch
those drama
it.
fucking
Yeah.
type things.
Do you know what that
yeah.
is though? He was like
It's
a Mormon.
polygamy, right?
Polygamy, yeah.
or polyamory, right?
Yeah. It's real fucking good. I'm
Is it?
recommending it. Yeah, really.
Have you
good.
watched it? No.
You don't watch a lot of shit.
You don't watch much. You got a cool shirt though, Brad.
Thanks.
Show the camera.
You gonna show the camera that shit? I mean, it looks like you're part of like Kappa Gamma Sigma fucking Phi.
You haven't said anything to deserve it yet, so I haven't showed it off yet.
Fuck you too, Brad.
I figured it'll come eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wasn't
there will be
forcing it.
some.
I was letting it come naturally.
I hate to like. Alright, just let it go.
Let it
Fuck
come
you. Yeah, you
naturally.
blew it up now.
Right?
Alright.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
gonna come eventually.
Well, I knew you needed some big love over there.
I hate to bring this up, okay, because I'm Mr. No Hot Topic. I'm
No
Mr.
hot
like, I'm
topic.
too cool for a hot topic. But I'm bringing up a hot topic.
Is it a hot chick?
Roseanne.
Oh.
Let's just talk about it, you know?
All right, I don't know a
Yeah,
whole lot
see,
about
you
what's
got-
going
you
on. He's doing this on purpose.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like you went and talked about the fact
last
that I
one wasn't
argue
on
so
purpose.
much, and then you pull up what I was
Roseanne.
arguing about.
Yeah.
The big love in your big cock, that wasn't on purpose last time.
So, I understood what you were saying, you know, about. But I think a company does have.
What
a
would
right
he
to
say?
fire
I didn't look at it.
Bring up your point. How do you feel about it?
I was just talking about hypocrisy, and again, that's if you watch my arguments on there, that's all I ever fight for. I don't care if people have an opinion. I never care which side you're on. I don't care if
Well, you kind of do if you're arguing with people. about
No,
it.
it's the hypocrisy that I'm against, right? So you can be pro-gun, you
Yeah,
can be
one thing can
anti-gun, you can be
happen,
pro-gay, you can be
yeah.
anti-gay. Your opinion is your opinion, and
Do
you
you
have
go
a
out
right
of your
to
way
that.
to pick out hypocrisy out of people's arguments?
Yes, and
You get a rush at picking people apart on their hypocrisy?
yes, that's
You do, huh?
I do.
That's
Yes.
called ego
Yes,
building,
yes,
Brad.
Yes,
You're
yes.
building your ego.
Yeah.
I love ripping apart hypocrisy.
See, and that's what arguing is, dude. Like
Right.
you're trying to make someone else's thoughts your thoughts. Like I don't agree with your thoughts, so I'm gonna try and make them my thoughts.
Right.
And that's an ego boost.
It kinda
Remember,
is.
I talked to you about arguing
And-
before, and I was like, arguing is not good. Like we need to relate.
Right.
Like there needs to be a place
And
where
that's all-
people can come to a point
And
where
I'm
we
not
all
trying
relate,
to.
we all agree.
I really
on
am not
shit.
trying to scream at people. If you read any of my stuff, I not once do I yell at people. Not once
No,
do I
you-
tell them they're stupid. Not once do
No,
I.
but
Right,
you have a
right.
style to your arguments.
I do.
Though.
Yeah.
I
It's
do.
not as innocent as you're making it.
No, but I don't degrade people. I don't name call.
Yeah,
And
I hate
that,
name
that's
call.
what I'm
Yeah,
talking.
yeah.
And
Fucking pussies.
Fucking pussy.
Both of you.
so, moral of the story is where you asked
was
what
funny. That was
what
funny.
my point was, and that's all it was. So people were going off about how the left's saying that the right is bitching that the NFL shouldn't or should fire the guys for not or that are kneeling and not standing
I'll
for
put up
the
that meme.
right
Fire.
but at the same time, when
Roseanne
it comes to
shouldn't be
Roseanne,
fired.
they shouldn't be able to fire her. Dude,
Freedom
it's
of
hypocrisy.
speech.
And
yeah.
right, and that's the right, and I'm not even for right or left, because the ones that actually
you're just
got
trying
me in
to understand the hypocrisy.
Right.
Like you're trying to bring it out into the open, and
But-
no one's going to admit that they're a hypocrite.
right,
No.
and that's
No
where
one
it was.
likes to
So-
be a hypocrite.
Thing.
The
You're
one-
fucking right.
Yeah.
I had to earlier. I had to eat it.
Did you?
Yeah, about the
you ate that
rehab,
big
about
shitty
the
shit?
rehab.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, you did, yeah.
ate it.
Dude,
Right.
you're going to be chewing on that piece
I
of shit
know.
for a while.
I edited that shit out. Whatever I said in that podcast.
Yeah, are you going to edit that out?
I was just,
No, you
Yeah.
can't be like
That's,
that,
the,
Really,
Prophet.
hold on.
that's the problem with the
Not to
edit
get you
button.
off
You know
track,
what I mean?
but I
And
was
he's got
probably
it.
just
Everything
right.
we say is crap, but he always comes out
Yeah,
smelling
right,
like crap.
right.
What's up with that?
But I
It's
think I was
funny.
just riding your hippie fucking smoke cloud.
Oh,
Probably,
were you?
yeah.
Yeah, it's contagious.
Yeah, I was just like kind of in that hippie
Yeah, I
smoke
sucked
cloud.
you into it.
Right.
And you're like, no, fuck those junkies.
Yeah, this fucking junkie. Just steal my shit.
What was
Yeah,
I
right.
thinking?
Yeah, what was I like let them go and like my car's broken into. Like fucking Luke, God
Dude,
damn it.
hopefully they don't steal a pig from you.
I know, fucking Christ.
Start
Keep- all right,
fucking
keep going,
jacking.
guys.
Yeah.
It just
Would you like that?
the
They
one
can take a
that
dog.
the
They
one
can
that
take a dog
got
or
me
two?
into the argument was they were doing a comparison between like
My cats. I can think
the
Yeah,
right was
fucking
saying that the left, why are they doing it like this, and they were pointing at ABC, the parent company that owns Roseanne.
Yeah.
They're saying that her statements on her tweet were outside of their accepted level, and that's why they were getting rid of her, and they have that right.
Yeah.
But the question is they have other shows, and I'm not going to get too deep into it, but they have other shows
Yeah.
that have just as hateful comments or what have you.
Yeah.
And but they're looking at the other side. They're left hate comments instead of right hate comments, and they leave them there. And the question is, why the hypocrisy? Why can they say stuff that's bad,
Right.
but it's left bad, so it's okay, and they keep those
Left
shows?
bad.
Why-
Like Donald Trump. And
Right,
like,
Yeah,
right,
dude,
right.
Trump says
So-
all kinds of fucked
No,
up
like,
like
shit.
talking
Bill-
shit on Donald
Like
Trump.
Bill
Oh,
Maher. Bill
okay.
Maher.
Right,
Oh,
talking
yeah, those
shit
guys,
on-
yeah,
Right,
right.
Bill,
Talking
Bill
all
Maher's
this shit.
Fox, so
They
it's a
do.
different company.
Right.
It doesn't
Mean
count their
stuff.
cable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they Bill Maher actually has a picture comparing Trump to a orangutan.
Yeah.
Right.
You're calling Trump a monkey, and here's where I go off my hinges. I just
It
go
gets all
totally
fucking crazy.
bananas. Is people will say, well, that's okay. What Roseanne did was racist because she compared a black
ape person
female
to an
to
ape
an ape character
person.
in
Can I make
a
a correction?
TV show.
Can I make
Yeah.
a correction?
Sure.
A little inside information. She didn't even know that lady was black, and she is.
I
black.
agree with that. That's probably
Oh,
I think
really?
people should know that. She
She's
didn't
not
even
even
know
black?
what she didn't even know what she was.
No,
when Roseanne
no.
said that.
And-
She didn't even know she was a black. She's not even black, right? Or what is she?
She is mixed breed. I
But she
do
didn't
believe,
know she
I
was
do
black.
believe she's mixed.
Oh, she's mixed
but
race.
no, she didn't. And I think she literally, because
Roseanne
I
didn't know.
probably
She didn't
shouldn't-
even know.
No.
I shouldn't say this out loud, but if you look at the character she's actually calling out, and you look at the chick's picture,
It looks exactly the same.
she does look like
That's
her.
what
Oh,
everybody
really?
does.
She actually
so she
does.
didn't mean it in a
So
racist
irrelevant,
way. She
right?
literally
Yeah,
looks like
she
they're-
literally
But
looks like
I mean,
him.
okay,
say
Roseanne
it, though.
is a known racist, though, so
So
you got to
it
give her that.
turned-
You got to put that in her column.
Right.
She
And
is.
if you go back on her tweet, she has said
She
some
is
shit.
a known racist. So I mean, it's the little boy who cried wolf syndrome. You say enough racist shit, and everything you say becomes racist.
Yeah,
and that's just how it is.
absolutely. Yeah.
So, and I'm
there-
not
you
saying
can't,
she's
you can't
not racist.
flip flop fucking racist.
No, and like I thought Ambien's
But why
comment
Which
not?
was
sucks. You
Why
should
not?
be able
Yeah,
to.
why
If you can
not?
flip flop Democrat Republican, and people
Right.
are going to call
You
you
used to
out.
be
But-
racist,
but
maybe
that
you
was-
but
did.
now you're not.
what drove
Just
me
like
bananas.
American History X, that fucking movie,
Yes.
dude.
What drove
Edward
me
Norton
bananas
taught
is the
us
people
that.
were
You can
saying that
flip-flop
it was
racism.
racist because she compared this half-black woman to a character that's a monkey.
Yeah.
That's a racist statement. But Bill Maher can
Calls-
compare
can
a
call
white
Trump.
guy, Trump,
Right.
to a monkey, and that's not racist because
It's
he's
not
white.
racist.
That
That whole
statement
thing is
the
racist.
definition
It's
of
racism.
racist.
That's exactly
so you can
what
compare a
racism
white
is.
guy to a monkey and it's an okay, but a black guy to a monkey is not okay. That's racism.
Right, that is racism. That's what keeps racism alive.
Right.
Hold on.
Like, black people aren't monkeys.
Hold on.
Neither are white
Neither
people.
are white
Hold
people.
on,
Right,
right.
but when one or the other is, that's racism.
But let's be honest. There's a history of white people calling black people dumb monkeys and porch monkeys and dumb monkeys.
Right.
Yeah,
There's not
there
a
are.
history of white men
So what happens if someone calls?
They're more sensitive.
What
to
I'm
it.
saying is that is racist.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
I get
Yeah.
it.
But
It's
still, like, it
racist
shouldn't
and it's
matter.
wrong. But to say
But
it's
that's the shit
okay
that
to do
keeps
it to a
racism
white guy
alive.
because he's white,
Yeah, I get it,
that's
too.
racist too. Is all
It
I'm
is.
saying. It's hypocrisy.
No, I actually don't think it's racist at all.
It shouldn't be racist at all, right? It's just it should be like what there should be a word for calling someone an animal.
Let's
Well,
say,
okay,
all right,
hold on.
I might get in
Like,
trouble
it's-
for this. Hold on. I
Here's-
might get go. Hit the gas.
Go ahead.
Oh, don't let him go. Fuck that. You're
Yeah, no,
You
excited.
Fuck
put,
it.
okay, if you put 50 cents. You look up. If you look
That's
up.
an FCC shot,
If you
dude. We're
look-
all fired.
If you look at, hold on, I'm not done. If you look at an albino guy, like there's a monkey that looks just
like
it.
an albino guy,
And there's
yeah.
animals all throughout the animal kingdom
That
that
all
look
look
like a
like-
celebrity.
Yeah.
So why does the gorilla and 50 Cent have to use like your reaction?
Right.
But if I said Roseanne looks like an elephant, it's not the same thing. So
No.
we're perpetuating.
Then
the
you're like
monkey
making
thing.
fun of her fatness.
Okay. Say,
You look like an alpaca.
Okay.
Okay, an alpaca.
Can
Yeah.
I reply to that? Can I reply? I
Yeah.
totally understand where you're going. I do.
Yeah.
But
was trying to find
this
a
is
path
one
of-
I used
Yeah.
to
Where-
think kind of ties into the other thing you were saying too.
We just labeled monkey racist.
This is one
Monkeys are
thing
the smartest animals.
that
Why are
somebody
they racist?
actually
Why?
changed
Why
my
do they
mind
have
on
to
this
be?
topic.
It's a
I used to
compliment.
think just like that.
We all
okay?
came from monkeys.
We
Like
all
that should
came
be
from
like,
monkeys.
hey, what's up? You look like your old fellow ancestors.
Because that's how I feel. We came from monkeys. So it's
Yeah,
not an
that's how I
insult.
believe too. No, it's not an
I was gonna
insult. It
finish my
shouldn't be.
point. I just
It's the
finished my point.
reaction.
Yeah.
Those people's fucking reactions are stupid.
And somebody wiser than
Where
me.
we at here?
I was arguing with one time.
Oh, you
We're
regenerated?
going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Fucking
fuck
break.
it.
Somebody wiser than me
Listen,
one time told me
I ran out of time.
that when
Yeah,
you
I
look
like
at something like that, like the monkey comment,
Yes.
you're right. It shouldn't be racist, but because of all of our history of using it in
It
racist
is.
content,
Yeah,
when you
it's
use
just like the N-word.
when you use something like that, you use all the baggage with it from
Right.
the
I agree.
There's
Even
weight.
if they look
It's-
just like a
it's
fucking monkey.
just the
Right.
way it is. It shouldn't be racist, but because of all the history and all the years of us using it as a racist term,
And we gotta
I'm sorry,
quit living in the
it's racist now.
past, man. What do
I
I
know.
say all the time?
I agree with that,
We
but
gotta quit living in the past.
Listen,
and
a lot
I
of
think
white
in
people
a
aren't. A lot of
lot of
white
different
people
ways,
aren't.
the
Buddhists-
past will not change the future. The only thing that'll change the future is today.
okay.
That's what Kanye was saying.
Yes,
Ready to move to
dude.
the
That's why I
future.
agreed with everything.
But
But you have to
Buddhists-
do it now.
Now.
Buddhists
Yeah.
Like you
used
can't
the
keep thinking like,
swastika
oh, we
long
got to do
before
this, we got to
Hitler
do that. No, we
existed.
do it now.
Right.
Buddhists used the swastika long before Hitler existed, but if you draw
Yeah,
a
the whole
swastika
swastika, good
now,
point.
it carries the weight of history
Of
with
Hitler.
it. And you're right, we can't live in the past, but go draw a swastika all over the place and see how many Jews you offend.
Yeah, you're gonna
It
offend
is
a
the
lot of
way it
motherfuckers.
is. You bring the past with it. The history that we have tied to the
Why can't
comment
we just
of monkey,
erase all that
it is
shit?
racist
All right,
now.
back-
But it goes back
You
to
know
the
how you
offended.
erase that? And that ties it back to what you were saying.
That
How
that
do you
shit
change-
doesn't matter
How
anymore.
do you change the world? How do you change the world?
You teach people to live in the now, and that the past, we can't keep going into the
Look.
past. And we teach our children love
Look
and
at Ron
respect.
Perlman. This is what I was trying to
That
get
looks
at.
exactly like a white ape.
A white ape. And look at George Bush. He looks like
He
one
looks
of the
like a
Curious George
chimpanzee.
chimpanzee.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying. Then 50 Cent happens to look like a gorilla.
but it's
But
the whole, it's
racist
the weight
because of what happened.
of the past.
right. It's
And
it's the weight of all the
Right.
history of us using it poorly.
Poorly.
That is what has done
It
it.
does, but like it's also the people now that are offended by that shit because it doesn't really have any power right now.
What's it called? The Michelle
You
You
It's
cho-
all-
Obama.
people
all
choose
words,
to be
man.
offended
Right.
right now,
It's all
and you don't
words.
have to be.
What were they-
It's
And
not
that's-
all words, dude. It's reality. That is the truth. The past only exists in our mind. Did I whistle?
Sorry. You
The
called me
past
out.
only exists in our minds, and that's what I keep fucking trying to tell people. And everyone
You're
looks at me
right.
like I'm fucking retarded,
I agree.
but it's fucking true, dude. Like they're only thoughts, and then you can have different, like you can learn different things about the past. That's how the past is always manipulated into good or bad things. Like if we go back to this, You know, but then there's other people that are like, no, dude, that's the affair thing that you're talking about.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's our perception of the past,
Perception
and
of the
it
past.
only exists in our thoughts and our
There's a
minds.
lot of old white
that's
guys.
it. The only real reality that exists is every single
So
moment.
the answer is full population frontal lobotomy. If everybody forgets the past, then everything will
No,
be
you don't
peaceful. That's
forget,
what Luke's
dude.
saying.
No, I'm not, dude. I'm saying, and he's a history buff. He gets all pissed off when I start talking about
Alright,
this
well-
because it's not as important as people make it out to be.
See,
like it does not have power
I do
now.
disagree.
We give it that
We
power.
learn from our past.
We give it that power though.
Without respecting the
But
past. and
have we, as a
remembering-
human race, have we been learning from our past with wars, with fucking racism, with everything? We haven't.
Just
I think
technology.
that
just
was-
technology is the only
Yeah,
difference.
yeah.
That's not learning.
There's more info. Yeah, right. That's finding out someone else's opinion.
I'm saying
on what
us
the
as
fuck
people
happened.
are the same. To your point.
Yeah,
It's that
exactly.
technology.
Yeah, right.
We're
Technology is
saying
its own fucking
We
thing.
hate each other. We go to war.
Right. We go to war.
We whatever.
The only thing is, technology. That
I
but
think
that can be a
technology
good thing because
actually-
then you can
right.
spread like the right way to learn.
And
See,
watch
I
The
think
Sopranos.
technology will save us, and not because of that. I think once we get to the point where we can strive for the stars again and reach for Mars and try to colonize another planet
Oh, you got to feel it up, Brad.
or whatever.
feel it up.
I'm the one that moved it. I already feel it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, gotta get the grip on.
Dude, we
but
should put little things out.
She was
the
in the
nipples.
chair when I got here. So
Oh, was
I
she?
had to move her.
We should we need to make it
felt
like
her up a little bit while I was-
Clockwork Orange. Remember when Clockwork Orange when they would get milk from
milk.
the titty?
Yeah,
Oh,
milk
shit.
plus.
Yeah.
Milk plus this.
We
milk
need
plus
a
that.
milk machine
Oh,
in that
sky's the
fucking
limit
thing.
for that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think technology, as we get to the point where we can actually venture off this planet, I think the mentality will change. I really do.
Yeah?
I think once
Though we're gonna
'cause, okay,
need to. We're
all-
gonna need to leave this planet.
we're all stuck on this rock, right?
Yeah.
And the government and politics and big business and everybody divides us because that's how we're the most useful. When we're
Division
fighting
is
amongst
bad.
ourselves, that's how we are the most controllable and the most useful to them.
Exactly.
Right? So
Stress.
as long as we are
creates-
stuck here
division
on this
creates
rock,
stress.
that's all we have.
It's like a interpreter.
Yeah.
I like it. Keep going. Okay.
Right. So the as long as we're stuck here on this rock, that's what we got, and we're gonna fight with each other. And I truly believe
We don't have to.
once we get to the point where technology gets us with, I'm
that's
really
what I was
excited
saying
with the
about-
new space programs. Who's the SpaceX
Elon Musk.
and
Elon
Elon
Musk.
Musk and all that?
Who's
Yeah,
that guy?
Oh my God,
the
I
new
remember the
programs
name.
getting us off this rock.
You did. You nailed it.
I
bro.
think. I think once we get to that point, I think our focus will quit being on fighting amongst ourselves and start
We're
aiming
gonna
for the
start
stars
fighting
again.
aliens.
I really do. I mean, there was a time during the original space program when we were going to the moon and all that.
Yeah.
That's when a lot of
Did
the
we go
rebel.
to the moon?
Yeah, did we
Don't even
really?
get me started there. But
He said
that-
No, you told me about that. Like they lost the technology to
Yeah.
get through the atmosphere. Like someone was looking for the technology on how to
They
get there,
lost.
and they're like, "Oh, we lost it.
I
We
know,
don't know what happened."
they lost.
There's a
Oh, did you hear
radiation
about that?
barrier that we don't know.
Rogan's a
we
huge
don't know.
on
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah, I know all
we don't.
about it.
So yeah, but yeah. That once we get to the point where we can strive again, I think there was that big point during the Kennedy era that we were striving for the moon,
Yeah.
and we as a society were focused on that, man. We wanted to get off this rock and explore and be something more. And if you look at that era and compare it to the changes in racism and hate and violence, all that stuff dropped, man. That's when you have all the greats like
What?
Martin Luther King and all that stuff. We're all at the same time. It's all in that era of
And then
development
they,
and
then
all
they
that
killed
stuff.
them because people were starting to unite and fucking all kinds of shit. just
And
went to-
everything-
You know, he
Because
like
started
had
going
sex
down.
with white girls, like a bunch of white women.
Oh, Martin Luther King.
Yeah, he was a
MLK?
player. He was a
Yeah.
player, dude.
Yeah.
He liked to dip it
Nowadays,
in the soapbox.
all the people we looked up to, if they had the cameras and technology,
Oh, man.
there'd be no legends.
No.
They'd
And
all be
that's-
gone.
Yeah,
there-
it
All
would,
we'd
huh?
expose all of them. That's what we do
Right.
now.
Everything
We,
would
in
be-
your closet, pick it all out.
We
We're done.
have
you're done.
ex
See you
presidents
later.
that were
Yeah.
cross dressers and everything else in history.
And all that
we
shit
know
needs,
now.
that's the truth
It's-
of people, and that's what I was thinking. I actually have it on my list on how it's so shitty that we live in a society where people's truths can't be open.
I know.
Like it's so bad.
But
like
why are we doing
bisexuals,
this?
fucking gay people, addicts, Everyone's fucking
But why are we
shamed.
doing that? Why are we shaming everybody? Why?
Yeah, I don't know,
It's
dude. Because
society
it's religion.
Dude,
You
it's a
think so?
societal.
Oh, yeah.
It's a societal shift.
live in a
and it's
religious
evident if you
fucking
actually
country.
start looking at it. The changes
It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong.
in history.
That's where it all stems.
No forgiveness. Fired.
Yeah,
Fired.
right. See you later. It's
See
still
ya.
going on today,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
like religious point of views,
Yeah.
which is bullshit. Because a lot of the shit that the churches are against are actually hypocritical. Correct, Brad? He loves this shit.
Yeah, we didn't fucking start.
Oh, dude, you gotta lick the book.
Oh, yeah.
There's acid in the fucking.
I was gonna say you got.
What the fuck?
Hi. You gotta touch it.
You gotta touch it, tickle it,
Take a look. Alright, keep going.
dude. What if we got acid and dipped all those pages in acid?
Something. You go ahead.
We should eat it afterwards.
I wanna, like,
Dude, we'll fill the whole thing, dip it in acid, and then just
I
start
at least
eating
want to
it.
burn it a little bit.
A
It'd be,
little
like,
bit?
Cool.
Dip it
For,
in
like, a
DMT
spiritual
and watch you guys
I know,
eat
it'd
each
look
other.
cool after.
Oh,
Make it look cool.
you're trying to make
Burnt
it look
pages
cool.
and
Oh,
stuff.
like make it art.
Yeah.
Make it more art.
Yeah, art it.
Yeah.
Keep going.
I did art last night. I drew my
Now I'm
tattoo.
just gonna sit here and watch you two. It's good.
Keep going. You did
We
that.
just need a little bit of
Or was it
that.
your point? I think you were on a point.
I was on a point. Fuck.
I think whose point did we leave off at?
I don't know.
All right, Brad, keep going. I know.
Yeah, what were you
It's
talking
about
about?
I don't
when you
remember
were
what I was
I don't
talking
know
about. What
where
were you
we're
talking about?
You don't remember?
I do remember.
Let's go. Just go.
We were talking about like change, or no, it was religious. Like a lot of the shit, all the judging and the fucking this is
Okay.
wrong, you're wrong, that's wrong, you're wrong, he's wrong, she's wrong is all fucking. A lot of it stemmed from the good book.
Right.
We've
I
been
can get down
slowly
with that.
changing.
Brad's book.
We have been slowly changing, and I got a hard on about that,
We've been
Brad.
slowly changing as a society. At one point, we had you have your private life and your open life. At one point, your sex
being
life,
open.
your sexual orientation, your preferences, all those things were behind closed doors. You kept those private. And then when it came to interaction with your life, people stepping in, that was all open. So your preacher, your parents, your whatever could step in and say, hey, do you need help, this, that, and the other. We've slowly changed over the years, and we're still changing, and it's getting further and further
getting better.
away.
It is getting better.
Where
It's
it
getting
is-
better.
it
Like I
is
think the next
exactly-
generation does not give a fuck about
I
gay
think we
people.
just swung way
exactly
left.
opposite of
Yeah,
that,
swing
right?
way left.
Oh,
Now
yeah, the
everybody
pendulum.
wants their sexual preference and all this to be out in the open where they can be free with it. But if you try to get into their life or involved with them at all, that's private. Get the hell out of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where the big difference is. That's why we're so touchy now. That's why we're
But
so
why do we? Why do they need to hide it?
judgmental, all that stuff. It's not a
think
matter of having to hide it. It's a matter of
Yeah, it
what
is.
parts
People
you
gotta fucking hide that shit, dude. If you're in a polyamorous relationship, you might not exactly feel comfortable telling the world about it because people are gonna fucking judge you.
You shouldn't.
Or
have
if you're
to
a
let
drug
it,
addict.
you shouldn't have to let it out either. There's certain things in
You
private.
should be able to live in truth, and people shouldn't judge you for
But
the
we have
way
a
that
right-
you are
we
because
have a
you're
right
a
to
beautiful
privacy
human just
too.
like
and
me.
what I'm saying is the choices that we make as to what parts we want to be private and what parts we want to be public
But why
and
do you want to
free
make? But I know what Luke is saying.
has changed
You know what I'm
societally wise. I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying we've made that change, and
We
that's
made
why
that
things
change
are
to
weird.
we want it all out in the open, but that's a better way to live.
Anytime you make change,
As long as we accept everything. That's
Everyone
out
has
There's-
to accept it.
there's the adjustment period, and I think that's what you're really looking at. I don't think it's really a problem either way. I think we're changing, and people are adjusting to a 180-degree flip
Yeah.
in how we look at our lives.
We're in the
Yeah.
beginning of like what's like technology and like social media. So we are at the
There's a more open
Right,
life.
where
Like, I
everything
mean,
is
you can bring a
your
camera
person-
and
what
and we
used to
live
be
in a
your
generation
personal
where
life.
people didn't have this technology.
Right.
We
Right,
do.
right.
We're all like all
and
over the place.
those are the leaders.
So
right
they're
now.
all just going to
So
be used
think
to.
So they're
about-
like, what? Like
think
a lot of
about-
like people in our family, older people were like, wow.
Think about like
what are you
your
doing? Like, that's crazy.
grandparents, right? Your grandparents. You never would talk about sex. Whatever they did in the
Right,
bedroom
right.
stayed in the bedroom.
Yeah.
That type of thing.
Yeah.
That's private,
super proud.
right?
Right.
Now
it's
you
open
guys,
everywhere.
Right now, you
talk
guys
about our porn
in,
watching.
in
Right.
you guys' lifetime.
Did you ever have a masturbation like accident?
No.
Right now, you guys can talk
ever
about
jerk
that,
the
and
skin off your
it's fine. But you have that same podcast where you can talk about that openly, being watched by people who've only experienced that as something super private, and there's where the problem is.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We
It's a
need that. We
conflict
need
of-
that couple generation separation
Right.
to get through
It'll
that
take
transition.
time. Right. And I think it's moving in the right direction.
And that's a matter of choice. I don't really have
Or
an opinion
opinion.
either
Well,
way. I
that's-
see it moving. That's all
I
I
think
can
it's
tell
good.
you. I don't know if it's good or
I
bad.
don't think it's good or
I
I
always
think
need
it's
to bring
good.
this up because I remember like a long time ago I was telling you like that we're better as a society.
Yeah.
And here I go bitching about society, but overall, I'd rather people be mad about Roseanne being racist than a bunch of racist people. It's better.
Yeah,
yes,
it is better.
Yes, absolutely.
It is better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's better.
And
It's
that's
better than like the Klan fucking hanging
all,
people.
all
and
my
shit like
arguments
that.
on
Yeah,
there.
It's annoying right
absolutely.
now.
People,
but-
It is.
people would get
Yeah.
on me like, I can't believe you're backing her because she's a
And
racist.
that's what it is. It's
And
like
that's
all
what I
that
told everybody.
old-
Whoa.
It's all that old school mentality.
I never
just kind
said
of
she
flaking
wasn't a
away.
racist moron. I totally accept she's a racist moron. That's not what I'm arguing.
Yeah.
People like to take what you say, and we always talk about
yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not saying you're defending her for saying that.
No.
You're saying if you're going to get mad at her, get mad at them.
Get mad at them
Right,
too.
right.
Yeah, because
Right. Or the people
Because
like
it's the same shit.
like another
race.
part of that everybody kept calling it hate speech. It's hate speech. It's not protected by the First Amendment. It's hate speech. No, it's not. Hate speech is very specifically defined as something that incites action or discrimination against somebody for their race, religion, or ethnicity. There is no inciting there. She said she looked like somebody. That's not hate speech.
Yeah.
So if you look at the First Amendment rights, it's the government's interaction, which I understand that being fired is not protected under First Amendment. If you say something that your company doesn't like, they can fire you.
They can fire you.
There's
Yeah,
no
they're
First
allowed to
Amendment
fire.
protection there.
Right.
So I'm not saying
Will
that.
anyone else pick up
but
her
it's
show?
not hate
'Cause
speech
that's a good
either.
show.
Netflix.
I'm very.
Oh, really?
Rumor.
No,
No,
Netflix.
it's not going to happen.
It's not.
There's the rumor was that Netflix picked her up like days after it happened, and it was totally made up. It was a satirical piece that was written. It was BS. Then there was rumor of Fox was thinking about it though, but my prediction is Fox will not, because Fox is actually in negotiations right now to be bought out by Disney, which is the parent company to ABC. They ain't gonna want nowhere near that right now.
See, I feel
Yeah,
bad
if
for
they're getting
Darlene.
rid of
Ain't gonna
it,
happen.
fucking Fox is gonna get bought.
I
by
feel
Disney.
I feel bad for Darlene. She's the one that's been writing it.
What do you mean?
She's been like
Darlene
ahead-
in Roseanne.
Yeah, she's like a big writer on the show. It's
Yeah,
like,
and who's the other one?
Oh,
Wanda
her
Sykes
shit
is
got
too.
canceled.
yeah.
Oh man, that
a lot
fucking
of them.
sucks.
A
Yeah.
lot of them. It's like they're
One-
like,
Yeah,
one
they're like
million-
coming back.
Yeah,
Like, ah.
canceled.
In like a
Boom.
couple words on a tweet can
Boom.
fucking destroy all those people's
Yeah.
fucking hopes.
Although
Yeah.
I did hear a rumor, I don't know if
dude,
it's true or
Roseanne
not. I
probably
haven't,
feels really bad.
She was supposed to go on Joe
She's
Rogan.
probably like, oh,
I
she's gonna
haven't
go on Rogan,
done
and
enough
she canceled.
research yet
Did
to
she?
tell you if it's true or
But
not.
she's
Wow.
gotta feel so
She
bad.
said she took Ambien. That's what she said. She took Ambien that night.
Oh man, that's fucking.
She's
rough,
been
dude.
trying to blame Ambien on her racism for a while. Did you see Ambien's reply to that?
Dude, does Ambien
Side
make you
effects don't
racist?
cause racism.
Racism is
Did
not
they
a known
really?
side effect.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, that's
It made me
hilarious.
cry. I was howling.
I had a lot of Ambien and I got all racist.
Right. Yeah, racism is not a known side effect.
Yeah, that was a good little zinger.
Yeah.
But again, so the only rumor that I haven't confirmed or confirmed to be not true either direction yet is I did hear a rumor that ABC might be keeping the show
Oh really?
without Roseanne. It's all about Dan and the rest of the
Oh
family.
man,
Nah.
they might just kick her out, dude.
Yes.
She is. It's called fucking Roseanne.
It's called
I
Roseanne.
heard a rumor
Gotta
that
move on.
ABC
Yeah.
might bring it
I'm
back
ready for
as the
smoke.
Dan show
We can break
take a
and write her
break?
out
Yeah.
of the show.
All right, we'll break it at Roseanne.
Because you need a break fucking video
Yeah,
too.
I just didn't want to break it at that moment. We were
Yeah, we were
rolling.
rolling. Yeah,
Yeah.
we were grooving.
I'm gonna do that from now on.
Just
but
let it
normally
go.
we're not rolling.
No, yeah. Like we come to like, all right, now what? Fucking
like-
break.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's break.
All right.
Screw you guys. I'm
Let's
going
take
to
a
take a break.
Record again.
Watch your eyes.
I want a mustache, damn
Get
it.
her underbelly. Her under booty. Get her nipples.
I want a mustache,
It's
damn
okay,
it.
but-
I want to look like Brent Reynolds. I want a mustache, damn it.
Oh baby, it's okay. It's okay. Try to calm
I want a
down.
mustache, damn it.
Oh, you know how we were talking about
Masturbation wounds.
masturbation wounds? This is probably gonna go nowhere, but we were talking about
we talking about the podcast or your next topic?
I have no fucking idea.
Your brain is just on fucking.
But I have like a problem, like a new problem when it's real quiet, like at a funeral. I meant to bring this up at another
What, it makes you
podcast.
uncomfortable?
Yeah, say it's really quiet, like a funeral
Yeah.
or a wedding. I feel like I'm gonna fart.
Oh, really?
And I have to leave.
You have like gastrointestinal problems.
Phobia.
Phobia.
Yeah, and I
So
feel
you're
like
gonna have fart phobia.
Dude, I was at my ex-girlfriend's and I was like cracking up and I laugh. And I was like laughing during her grandma's funeral with her cousin. But luckily her cousin's like you, we were like good friends, and he was laughing.
He was laughing too.
And I kept having to leave.
And fart?
And I wouldn't. I'd go like this, I'd go, and nothing would come out.
Oh,
and
no.
I'd go back to the funeral and feel like I'm going
And
to
it would
fart.
happen again.
Yeah, and I can't fart.
All those nerves would start.
Yeah, must be
Oh.
anxiety, right?
Yeah, it probably
Something like
is.
that.
Yeah.
Fucking disaster,
It hits
dude.
your gastrointestinal areas.
I really am a disaster.
Well, you work hard, brother.
Yeah, but so what?
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about today?
Yeah, today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you mean in life in
In
general?
life, yeah, not
Oh,
today.
Everyone's a disaster.
I feel like I'm like a
We're
scrambled
all
brain
fucking-
all day long.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
constantly just like a fucking scattered.
Scatterbrain.
Is it
I am
scrambled?
too. Scrambled brain. Yeah.
That too.
I'm always scattered too, but like I've learned to focus on what the fuck I'm doing.
Are you a scatterbrain? Like, are you calm?
Since
all
working
day?
with me.
Yeah, I think I'm fairly calm.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a
I mean, I
scatterbrain.
screw with people all day, but
Right.
that doesn't make me a scatterbrain.
Yeah, I feel like I'm never at peace ever. I'm never truly at peace.
Dude, you gotta meditate, brother.
Maybe I should.
You should
Yeah.
learn how to meditate. It's
I
not
mean,
that hard.
I am kind of excited to learn that soon.
You're gonna do it?
Meditation.
I'm surprised you haven't already.
Nah, I never have.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, the power of no thought, like that's where it lies.
Because you're a thinker, right?
Yeah.
You're calm, but you're thinking.
Yeah.
And there's a
You're
knowledge.
never at true peace. You're always like going over something in your
But
head.
that's peaceful to me.
All right.
There's something, and we were talking about this the other day, Brad,
mean,
where we were
just
talking about
The ability to
like
sit.
there's intellectual knowledge that you can use your mind to gain knowledge.
Yeah.
But I believe that there's a knowledge deeper than that where you don't use your mind at all. And it's a knowledge like a connection to the universe and a connection to the present
And-
moment that
It's
is
just
just
like,
as important as anything intellectual. Anything you read in a book, anything you can think
it's
of,
just like
it's
Jay's
just as
comment
important.
with when Mike Hitt was here about how he
He didn't even listen to anything I said because he was worried
No.
about what he was going to say.
No, I did.
He's
I
one
did.
of those.
I'm
Yeah.
totally.
He's one of
I'm
those.
replying exactly.
You were
to your
replying to what I
words.
said 10 minutes ago. You didn't listen to everything I said, you fucking fucknut.
We'll keep going.
Yeah, but alright. I like that straw.
Yeah, really?
I like that one for some reason. Did it whistle? It whistled. Did you whistle pick that fucking?
It can.
It can.
Yeah,
Dude, you
yeah.
need to make it a flute. Put little holes in it.
I was delivering a box, and I saw it with my own eyes. Like the lady was
The
right there,
spit.
and it was spit, and went right on it. And we
Right.
both looked at it, and ignored it.
That's great. Dude, look at all the stains on the table from it.
I know.
There's marks all over the place. I can see it from this direction.
It's like cum stain.
It's all over here. And
know.
there's none over here, dude.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
my fucking spit. My
It's like
toxic
it's like
spit.
corrosive. Yeah. It's eating away at the fucking vinyl finish. It's not vinyl though. What kind of finish would this be, Brad?
Bradman.
Lacquer.
Lacquer finish.
Lacquer.
Lacquer.
Back to Mike Hitt.
Yeah. What was the comment?
I have no idea.
He just did that because you didn't listen to him. I know.
Yeah. Right, dude.
He had to get you back.
He had to get me back.
All right, go.
What was the Mike Hitt thing?
I was just saying when Mike was on, Jay's comments about how
Don't take a drink when I do.
All right, go. Whoa, what the fuck was that? Was that you?
Yeah, I threw a piece of the pencil.
All right, go. I'm serious. We're the worst
I
hosts
was
ever.
gonna say you guys are impossible tonight.
Great.
All right,
So
It's
Jason,
great,
Jason
but
and Mike
you're
Hitt,
impossible,
what, you were
Mike-
going
Mike
to
Hitt,
agree or
Jason-
disagree?
Jason was saying about what people say that they put that in God's hands or whatever, and,
Yeah.
and Jay said he doesn't feel God, he just
Yeah,
feels himself.
yeah,
Do you remember
right.
that? I
You
think
just
that's
like to feel
exactly.
yourself.
Yeah,
I
you
think
can feel
that's
yourself.
where exactly where you are. Not thinking, you have to think about not thinking, Luke.
No,
and
you
you can
don't.
say that there's an inner peace about not thinking, but you're thinking about it.
No, you're
and
not.
I disagree.
Well, you haven't meditated, dude.
I respectfully,
but you haven't done
disagree.
it.
You're right. I haven't, but that's what I feel so far. So that's
Is that
where
a
I'm at.
common
Try it
argument?
out. Yeah, right. Like it doesn't.
That's the argument.
That's the whole I am, or I think, therefore I am, is like such a big
And your point
thing,
is maybe
but
you
it's
start
bullshit,
off-
dude. You can still be without thinking.
You start off not thinking and get lost. And you're
You
not
get lost in your
thinking, so
thoughts.
You're not anything.
Right.
Is that your point?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
And you don't think
and
you
there's
could
a
get
process,
lost in
and
no
like
thought?
you can think about it.
Does
I
that make
think-
sense? What I just
You
said?
have to think about
Yes.
like, oh, you have to sit here and think. Okay,
Right.
I'm not thinking. I'm not
You're-
thinking. I'm not thinking. That's what you're talking about.
And then
That's
soon
not
you're
it.
up in the clouds. Then you're
That's
up in the
not
clouds.
it. Like it's
No,
a
I'm going-
breathing.
I'm
It's a
going deeper.
feeling.
I'm going
It's-
deeper than
it's
that.
using every other sense except for thought.
Do you have
That's
to?
it.
Do you have to choose? Do you have to use conscious thought to choose to go meditate right now? Do you have
get there,
to?
yeah.
To get
do-
there, yeah.
Right.
You're thinking about it. You're putting yourself in that position.
But while you're doing
that's like
you're not
saying that I
getting it.
pray,
Yeah.
therefore I believe in God.
I don't understand
You're
your
putting
argument.
yourself in the
it's
position.
not making sense. See, and then we get this a lot when we were talking about time. And you're like, no, time has to, I'm like, no, time only exists in your mind. And you
That's
think
the-
it
the
exists without
definition.
our minds.
Right.
But it doesn't.
Just because
like,
you don't
time
understand
exists
it or don't
because
wanna
we came up
acknowledge
with it. We came up with the whole idea of time.
The definition, time was there before. We're just trying to
See, I
define
disagree,
something
dude.
that
All there
happened.
is the present moment. And then time is present
Again,
moments
Bob
connected together this way
Byronton-
and that way.
Bob
And the only thing
Byronton,
that's real
the
is the
imagining
present
10th
moment.
dimension.
That's the canvas of everything.
I'm just listening to you guys.
I'm trying to convince you.
I know.
Bob Byronton,
There's bugs flying
the
around.
theory-
I like it.
They're understanding the 10th dimension by
That
Bob
thing's
Byronton.
okay.
That's
Yeah.
what it is. He talks about time being the fourth dimension, and we're three-dimensional creatures.
When we
And
come up
it's-
with all the dimensional shit, dude.
Right,
Like
it's true.
if you live in the now without thought, not thinking anything, dude. I'm telling you, there is a different type of knowledge. It's a sensual being.
Sensual. You're having sex with your being now?
I never try. I mean, I jerk it, and I did injure myself the other day. That's what I wanted to talk
Okay.
about. I had a callus.
Okay.
And I was fucking yanking away, dude. And like I abrased my
Oh, that's a first.
Johnson.
Oh shit. That's a
Yeah,
first.
dude. Like blood.
Oh,
I was
my
like,
God.
what the
Oh,
fuck?
because you're callous.
Yeah.
It can happen.
So I had a masturbation injury. I wanted to bring that up. It was on my
It
list.
probably happens more for women.
When they're like,
Yeah. A nail.
oh yeah.
Nails.
Right, them fake nails. I wonder if
Yeah.
anyone lost one up there before.
I don't even get how girls
That would
even
suck.
live with those fake nails.
I don't know
You ever see
either.
like black women with like their nails?
They're
in
big
it?
long ones.
Yeah, I don't understand. They text faster than me too.
They are. And then you hear the click, click, click.
Yeah, but they use like the inside of their thumb.
Oh, is that how they do
That's
it?
I saw.
Yeah, you watch.
I
You're like,
watched.
how the fuck are you doing that?
They use their thumbs. You know?
Oh, okay.
But keep going about your.
Yeah, Mike hit and Jason.
I said what I was going to say.
No.
What else were we
No,
going
we
after
were
that?
we were actually going good.
About God and feeling. Oh, thinking about
I said what I was going to
meditating.
say.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I guess I said what I was
Mike
going to say.
hit.
Yeah.
They were off. We're
Dude, I remember those tape cassettes. I had like
Yeah.
those are the Magnavox ones, right?
Yeah,
And you could get them in like 60, 90, or 120.
I don't remember that. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
The amount of spool. You're a spool, Brad.
Tim, I actually had a point too. I was actually gonna. Oh, okay. We're already time.
Okay, time. Back to time.
Okay, back to time.
Father.
What a mess this podcast is. Episode
Dude, they're
14
always
is
the
out.
best.
The late night ones are bad, or like weird.
They're goofy.
Yeah, goofy.
We're goofy.
We focus in the morning.
Yeah, we do.
Nighttime we get a little,
Well, you've been working all day. I've been working all
You're digging
day.
ditches.
Brad's been
All right,
stitching.
all right, explain this to me though. You said time doesn't exist. Okay.
Only in our mind.
I
I'm
should've
saying it
touched you.
exists.
Well,
That's
hold on,
okay.
hold on.
You can touch my knee, Jason. Proud.
So, time doesn't exist. We made it up, right? So, like, at one time, Earth was a ball of ice.
It's in
Okay.
the past. It doesn't exist.
And then,
No, and he always fucking goes there, dude. It does exist, but it only exists in our minds.
no, hold on. That wasn't my
It's
point.
not real right now.
No, that wasn't my point. And then, all of a sudden, it's not.
Like, how is that?
So, from the time it was a ball of ice
Right.
to Earth,
Right.
what was that in the middle? Was that time?
That's
What was
that time is the
It doesn't
name that we
exist.
give
It's only in your
to it.
mind.
It is.
So that's not
it only
time?
exists in
It's a
your
figment
mind.
of
It's
your
not happening right
imagination.
now, right?
Right.
No.
From our truth and our perspective, it's not happening. So it only
Even
exists in
now
your
doesn't
mind.
happen now. Now doesn't exist.
Now does exist.
Now doesn't
That's the
exist.
only
There's
thing
only
that
past and
exists.
future. There is no now. I can prove it scientifically.
By like a second or something, or no?
Mhm.
Just,
So, in
It's
what
just
you
going to be math because we created math too. You know that, Brad,
what
right?
you
We
perceive
created time.
what you perceive as right now,
Yeah.
and I'm totally stealing this for the record. This is not me talking. I'm totally stealing.
I'll cut that
But-
part out. So
Yeah, right. So it looks like he's stealing it, and then put up the motherfucker that was actually saying.
Hypocrite.
Yeah, right. Dude, yeah, force him into it.
Yeah,
Shut up his ass.
We can't get him.
I know.
edit it.
Yeah, we'll edit it into him.
Oh shit! We keep.
And
going.
you could edit
No,
it to
I'm
where
not
he-
gonna keep
'cause
going
he
now.
was-
You told me you're gonna edit it. Fuck me all up.
Because he was
Go
saying
to
this
hell,
is not
you
me
keep
talking
going.
about.
Oh my god! Oh shit! This is
That'd
too
be a
much.
great edit, dude.
Funny edit.
It is. It'd be
But I'm like,
good.
wait a minute,
Yeah,
that was
probably
the
like, fuck
context.
you, God. I would start thinking, no, dude, you said it exactly that way.
Download Windows Movie Maker the next day.
Yeah. So what about the fight? Can we talk about the
Wait, hold on,
fight?
hold on. Finish your point about, because you're going to be annoyed if you listen to it. You didn't finish your point. I do that. I never
Yeah.
finished my story
You-
about how I saw a porn girl. I
Oh, you're-
watched a porn,
And you saw the girl that you
and
knew.
I saw the girl I knew.
Because you wouldn't. I lost interest when you wouldn't tell me who it was.
I'm going to edit it, though. I'm going to, like, text out what happened. Because I literally was like, and then you cut me off.
and then we went somewhere
I
else.
feel like it's going to be annoying for people. Oh.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
okay.
It's like porn.
So
I
then
know
you'll
the
like
girl.
pause it and go. tick, tick, tick.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll put the Doogie Howser.
Dear Journal. Did he say that? Dear
Yeah, I
Journal?
don't know.
Yeah, with the music.
Yeah. Good
What a
shit.
great show that was.
I heard they were bringing it back.
No
They
fucking
might.
way.
They bring everything back.
Yeah, they do.
Anyway, Bradley, I
It'll be
really
the
do
next,
want.
it'll be the next blockbuster.
I do want to
movie.
hear your point, and it is. Luke,
It was,
it's Luke
it was
cutting-
a.
I am.
It's
dude.
been him on
I've been
purpose.
cutting everyone. I'm good.
It was a legion thing that I'm stealing. So, but that what you experience.
He showed me this. Yeah, this is
Right.
cool.
Yeah, what you experience. So it takes time.
Yeah.
For time doesn't exist in Luke's mind, but
Right.
it takes time.
It does,
for
dude.
the light.
But that's all. That's the only place it exists.
for the
Well, you
light.
said no because you said we made time.
For the light to reach.
But that doesn't make it not real. Like it's real, but only in our minds.
I get it.
For
Like,
the
how
light
the
that
fuck
I
is that so hard? You
see-
get it, all right. Good.
For the
This
light that I
asshole
see
can't-
you, to reach my eye,
Yeah.
to go through my nervous system to my brain, for my brain to process it.
Right.
What I see of you is actually in the past, because all that takes time.
That's just like the light from the fucking stars. It
Right,
takes fucking
exactly.
forever
It's
to
the
get
same
here.
exact thing.
Right.
So,
but what was it before
so
our
everything,
idea?
everything I experience, period, is in the past. there is
but it
no
was
now.
Still the present moment.
No,
dude.
it's
Yes,
in the
it
past.
was.
It's already past. By the time I even know it existed, it's past. There is no now.
I guess technically, maybe.
Yeah, in under the constructs of time. Like
Right.
you're putting it under the constructs of time, which is something that we came up with.
See again, and
Right,
we've
that's a good-
disagreed
that's a
on
good-
this.
Yeah,
That's a good
dude.
point.
We've disagreed on this a million times.
With your
Oh,
callous
there it
hands.
comes.
Oh, see?
Yeah, with my callous hand, dude.
Yeah, fuck
Right there,
you.
Luke.
There.
Right for you. buddy.
Yeah, I said fuck you first.
We've argued about this a million times, and my stance will remain the same. Time is something. Bob Byronton says that that we are a third-dimensional creature.
Yeah.
We live in the third dimension. Dimensions being length, width, and depth, right? So we understand three dimensions very well because that's the world we live in. If you watch the movie Donnie Darko or whatever, it gets into the possibility, the theory of fourth dimensional creatures. It's
Interstellar? Did they get into what you're talking about?
no.
That was a good movie, though, right?
So
That was a cool
basically,
movie.
Remember I
if
begged you
you
to watch it.
Yeah,
I felt
and
like
I
you didn't
did,
want
and
to,
I
but was
loved
just-
it.
yeah.
if you would take our lifetime from birth to death, the time that is that strand, and if you turned our being into a long snake
Yeah.
that was a constant thing from the birth to death, and that is our whole being,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, my God.
Turn their
I
motherfucking
didn't
shit
turn
off
my-
now. Yeah.
This is the Facebook Live. Because of Facebook
Dude,
Live.
I'm getting
'Cause of Facebook
validated
Live.
left
and right.
Because of
No.
Facebook Live.
Oh, but
Now,
who cares?
We
You still
even
didn't
told
do it.
you during the Facebook Live.
That's when we were talking about
right.
it.
I had to keep the volume on.
Oh, that's what
For Facebook Live.
Oh. Wait, no, you don't.
I can't believe that just happened.
Hypocrite Cam.
Yeah.
So we're in the fourth dimension. If we were fourth dimensional, we'd be able to see time as well. But being third dimensional creatures, we can't perceive time. So we try to make up definitions to explain
We
time.
can't perceive time.
Correct. We try to make up definitions to explain
Like
time,
what?
but
What's
the
the
well, like our time and clocks and this,
Okay.
that, and the other. And that's where Luke's coming from. Is
See, don't tell me where I'm coming from.
Well,
Everyone fucking thinks that they know
you're
where
going,
I'm coming.
dude.
Nobody
This is
knows-
old arguments that you're rehashing other people's words. You don't think you are, but you are.
No,
Same as I am.
No, I know I am, but like they're like very personal
So
to me because I've like I
that
see it.
side of the argument is based off of the fact that we have created the terminology and we have created measures to try to show the existence of time.
It's if the
But our
tree fell in the
definitions-
woods and no one was around,
Dude,
would it make a fucking
Our
sound?
definitions are all made up.
What the fuck?
The reality is, though, time exists. The fact that you aren't high enough functioning brain power to perceive it properly does not make it not exist.
This is what I'm saying. All right, time. Okay, so even if you called time like something that exists, even if we weren't around to perceive it, it still exists, right?
Right.
That's what you're saying.
Right.
It still can't happen without the present moment.
It's like saying
It
that
can't. Like the present moment
it's
is
like
the canvas
saying
of
that
everything.
You can't walk across the room without your ass attached. Right. Of course it can't happen with the present moment. The present moment is a piece of time.
Right. But it's not. Time is because of the present. I'm saying time is because of the present moment.
No,
Time
the present
exists
moment
because
is
of the
because
present
time.
time. No. Time would.
I see
exist
where your
without the
conversations
present.
go. You guys
No,
are
this-
never going
this
to
one-
agree because you guys just have different definitions of like
Yeah, and it always ends up there. It's like a word game with
a
us.
word game.
It always ends up there.
It's a word game. 'Cause
It
you have your
turns
word
into-
games with other things.
I
too.
got all kinds of them.
Mhm.
You have word games. I'm not a word game guy.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
not
the
like
full
like
positive.
words.
I'm a guy, and I'm like do stupid shit to win an argument, but I'm not like a word game guy.
Really?
I probably am. So they're probably watching.
There's
that. Like,
got
are
to
you
be
fucking
something.
on?
I'm trying to think of
You're
something.
gonna have
You
like
definitely like.
might as well just turn the hypocrite cam on and
Hold on. I gotta
just
pick
leave
this
it
up.
on for this episode.
Hello?
There's the word.
Yeah. Why? What's going on?
Nothing. I'm just trying to figure out what to do.
Oh well, I'm in the middle of. There's like millions
Why
of
is
people
Caitlin
watching.
sleeping?
No, she's about to go to bed.
Well, then just come on over. Or what's the beef? Or what's? Just sleep there. Damn it! Jesus.
We did that to my wife. We answered speakerphone.
Yeah, but my phone's about to die. It
Oh,
goes from
yeah.
3 to dead. It goes from 9 to dead. You
It's,
know when your
it's
phone
horrible.
starts doing that? That's
yeah,
when you know you need
that's
a new
when you
phone.
know you need a new phone.
It'll go like 9 dead.
Yeah.
It's fucking. Oh.
Mine goes from like I'll have it at 100%. I'll do my morning, get to my first job
Flies.
whenever the fuck I get
See,
there.
I just
Yeah,
got a
it's
new-
at like fucking
I
60%.
know.
I'm like, what the fuck?
I got a
know.
new phone last year, and dude, I love my phone. I'll go 2 days on a battery.
That's
Really?
what everybody
No
says.
joke.
That's what everybody says that doesn't
Yeah.
have an iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a
And who
droid.
doesn't have
I
a
got a
phone?
droid.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, I do a lot on my phone, but like you said, it goes from 100. I text a little bit
Yeah.
with you.
Like,
Right,
if I'm
I might
watching,
make, like,
50%.
if I'm
yeah.
watching
Yeah.
the video,
And
like
it's like,
watching
how
the
the fuck?
podcast,
And then I gotta quick and turn it to fucking low battery
yeah,
mode.
the yellow shit.
Turn it yellow.
Yeah, it was just.
And it doesn't do shit. Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
No, it doesn't do it.
yeah, if I'm like watching the podcast at work or whatever,
It'll go.
I'll run my battery down in a day.
See, now
You
it's
know
on
what I mean?
SoundCloud.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah,
you said
which is cool.
it didn't work.
But yeah, if I'm just like, if I'm
He
just
listened to
Oh,
it.
you
taking-
listened to it?
Yeah.
Oh, somebody told me it didn't work.
His droid.
Okay.
I had it on my droid.
They
It
must have
worked-
been fucking-
it worked
They must
fine.
have had an iPhone.
I would have put them all, but I only was allowed 3 hours
Yeah.
free.
Yeah.
Or cheap motherfuckers.
What is it a month? Yeah, we got to do
A lot.
GoFundMe. Well, you guys
No,
got to
it's-
fight, and then that can raise some money for
A lot of
charitable
things.
conference.
Oh yeah, charity.
Fuck, I almost
I shouldn't have said charity.
Yeah, right. You shouldn't have.
We need stuff.
Yeah, we do need some shit.
We can't. We're charity right now.
Yeah, we are, dude. What the fuck? But why the church, dude? We should become a legitimate church.
Yeah.
You can do that, right, Brad? This is
Yes.
something you would
Yes,
know.
Yes.
Do we both have to become preachers?
Oh, seriously? You know
How
what
do you
need?
file for a tax?
Yeah. How do we really?
Become a
$500.
church.
You pay $500.
$500, and then you have to have
for
like
a
a place where you
501c3.
meet once a week. right?
Huh.
But it has to be a certain amount of people.
Yes,
is what
you
I
have to
remember
have
hearing.
so many congregation before you can literally.
Well, we've got me. What about
Legitimate
our
people.
audience?
Yeah. That's
They have to sign up as congregation.
And they would.
I'm
Put
sure.
your hand on the book,
Yeah,
bitch.
put your hand on the book.
I'm sure it could.
They would.
I'm
They
sure it's
would.
possible.
Alright.
I'm sure it's possible.
Alright, you ready?
Dude, so that's gonna happen. Yeah, we're done.
108. That's good.
That is good. An hour 8?
Yeah.
It didn't feel like it. I'm tired though.
So how do we end shit? I guess here we are. What the fuck, but why? Episode
14?
14.
Is that how we usually end it?
No, I think
we
we
don't
just end it.
actually end it.
No.
We just say fuck everyone.
Yeah, fuck everybody.
I love you.
everyone.
We're beat. Yeah, we're too
Yeah,
bad.
there goes it.
Alright.
All right.
Peace.